This is Chris Downs with IMTS TV. I'm here with Josh from Positron Workholding, and he's going to talk a little bit today about their automated chuck change system and LED part sensing. Josh, could you start by telling us a little bit about who Positron is and what you guys do?
Sure, we're obviously a work holding manufacturer. Our place in the industry probably is best described as 50% standard products and 50% special applications. So a lot of what we do involves customers bringing us in an application, and then we run it through a proprietary process to form the best solution for them. Sometimes that's a standard product that we make. Oftentimes it's a special product that we have to design around their process and part. We harden and grind everything, so everything we design for the life of the project. So like an automotive customer, for example, may come in with a contract for 6 years. We design the work holding to last the life of that project. That's our goal on the front end. The second thing is just our expertise. We're very engineering heavy. We have engineering on the sales side, the application side, and then through our design department, because everything we do is so geared towards the customer's solution and designing a part and a product that wraps itself best around their process and their part.
And tell me a little bit about the automated chuck change system that you guys have on display here today.
Sure, we brought that 2 years ago, and we got a little bit of pushback from some customers about some features that they would like. So we kind of went back to the drawing board, made a couple things better, and then added a couple key features. So we first did that project about 30 years ago. It was designed to load a part onto a fixture, manually clamp it, and then it would shift down a conveyor belt, be loaded onto this machine, have operation A done, come off, be loaded onto this machine, have operation B done. Machines have gotten so advanced that all these operations are able to be done on one machine, one spindle, one setup. So the need for the product went away for a long time. So what we've done now is we've brought it back so it can actually be clamped on while it's in the machine. So you would load work holding device A onto your spindle, then you could load all your parts, do a bunch of op-10s, and then the robot could actually take off that work holding device, put the next one on, and then run the same parts back through for the next operation with no operators involved.
And why would that interest a customer? Who are you trying to get down here, and what's your main message that you want them to hear about this system?
I think two people we would like to come see. It would be machine tool dealers who run into the situation where they're trying to eliminate the number of machines on a large quote. They're trying to do things as best for the customer. And then for customers that see their new $500,000 machine not running all day, this is a great way to get it running. So instead of having two machines, this one does op 10, this one does op 20, and they both set idle half of the day, this would allow them to incorporate them both into one machine, but not sacrifice the automation as a result.
Awesome, and I hear you guys also have a LED part sensing. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, I think that goes well with just showing our expertise and how a lot of things we do are just customer driven. They're just demand driven. That's how we form a lot of our products. So we had a customer come to us a couple of years ago, and they wanted to do air sensing on what we refer to as a shuttle fixture. So they were loading 10 of the same part onto a fixture and then shuttling it into the machine to be milled across the face of the parts. What they didn't know when they were loading parts is if all of them were seated correctly, and if they weren't, which one wasn't seated correctly. So we first looked at air sensing, which is standard for the industry, but all that would tell them was that at least one of the parts isn't seated correctly. So they had to unclamp all 10, kind of adjust all 10, clamp again, and hope that it worked. With the LED system, it would tell them not only if all 10 parts were seated correctly, but it would tell them which ones weren't. So they would be able to stop, unclamp only those 2 or 3, adjust them, and if they still weren't clamped, then maybe they just had a bad part. They could switch that part out and they could run. So it reduced their scrap rate. It gave them a little bit more clearance as they were shuttling these fixtures out of the machine as well. So just another solution that was more customer driven.
All right, and how do both of these fit into Positron's vision of manufacturing in the future?
We like to be more on the front end. So as I mentioned, a lot of the stuff that comes to us, a lot of the products we developed are customer driven. So they've got a problem and they come to us with that problem, and then we try to provide the best work holding solution for it. So instead of taking, here's our 20 standard products, here's your problem, we'll jam it into the best solution we have. Instead, we formulate the best solution for them. So we try to stay really ahead on where we see technology going. We try to kind of push the envelope in that regard so that when problems come to us, we're a little bit more ready for them.
Awesome, Josh, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
And if you guys have any interest, come over to the West Hall, visit Positron Workholding, or you can learn more on their website at positron.com. This is Chris Downs signing out for IMTS TV.